Okay, for my informative speech, I have my audience. My son John, his friend Austin, and our friend Carrie. Okay, kind of turn you guys a little bit. Okay, so I'm sure at all time, one time or another, we have all thought about what has gone on when you were born, what month and year. But being that we're so little, we don't really remember what's happening until about 4 or 5. You got to go off with stories from your parents and friends about what was happening. So I decided to do an investigation about what was going on in November of 1973, which is the month and year that I was born. As far as things that were going on in the government, Coleman Young was elected for the mayor of Detroit. President Nixon authorized construction of the Elastic Pipeline. This is when there was the big issues with Watergate going on, and that was a big political scandal in which Nixon used campaign funds illegally and wiretapped government agencies illegally. His attorney reveals that there was a presence of an 18.5-minute gap in the White House recording regarding Watergate. Nixon's secretary, Rosemary Woods, tells a federal court she accidentally caused the gap. And Nixon responds to all the accusations by telling the Associated Press in a news conference that people have got to know whether they're or not the president is a crook. And well, I'm not a crook. That's a line that I'm sure you and you guys know. The Senate voted 92-3 to confirm Gerald R. Ford as our vice president. In sports, in baseball, the Oakland A's, Reggie Jackson was named the American League's most valuable player. Pete Rose was named the National League's most valuable player. Gary Matthews was named Rookie of the Year for the National League. And Baltimore Orioles' Al Bundy was named the American League's Rookie of the Year. In football, it was the first year that the New Orleans Saints ever had their first shutout, and it was against the Buffalo Bills with a score of 13-0. The Lions always play a Thanksgiving Day game, and in that year, they lost to the Redskins 20-0. It was a shutout for us. They've been doing that game since 1945. Since I'm a big fan of the Steelers, I had to see what they were doing in that year. And although they were just playing their regular games, they ended that season with the all-time best pass defense rating, with a notable 37 interceptions in 14 games. New Jersey was the first state to allow girls into Little League. And Kathy Whitworth won the Ladies PGA Golf Lady Earl Golf Classic. There's a lot of different things going on as far as music and movies. A few notable ones was records that were released was Piano Man by Billy Joel, Mind Games by John Lennon, The Beach Boys live in concert, Dylan by Bob Dylan, Muscle of Love by Alice Cooper, and John Denver's Greatest Hits. Interesting enough, as far as movies, it was the first time that the first time that a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving aired on CBS. And Walt Disney's Robin Hood was first released and was the top box office movie for the entire month. In economics, the maximum speed limit was cut to 55 miles per hour as an energy-saving conservation measure. And President Nixon signs the Emergency Petroleum Allocation Act, which was authorizing petroleum price, production, allocation, and marketing controls. As far as things that were going on in space, we were doing a lot of space exploration. The Mariner 10 was launched, which was the third manned mission to the space station. The crew was Gerald Carr, William Pogue, and Edward Gibson. It was the first dual planet mission, which showed us pictures of Venus and Mercury. It was the last crew to put people on the space station. And that is everything that has been going on. And I hope you enjoyed my speech.